All right, what's good, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? So these are gonna be your workout tutorials. It's gonna be broken up to 3 series of videos, breaking up between push exercises, pull exercises, and lower body exercises. So some of these work exercises may pertain to you and your programming, but if it doesn't, or if it does, just kind of paying attention, you might learn something new. All right, so we're gonna go through different variations of the exercises, go through different techniques and different modifications for each exercise. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with our pull series, which will be upper body dominant, working primarily on your biceps, back, rear delts, lats, all that good stuff too. So it's gonna be a good blend of some posterior exercise. So first thing we're gonna go over is gonna be pretty simple. It's gonna be a pull-up. All right, if you have a pull-up rig for you, or you have one of the door handles that works out for you. So basically pull-up is gonna be overhand grip, bring your chin over the bar and extend it all the way back down. Here's gonna be a brief demonstration of it. So I got this pull-up rig right here. I'm gonna grab it with the overhand grip. One hand on each handle, so it doesn't really, you can have a wider grip or more narrow grip, just depending on what you're comfortable with. All right, arms are fully extended. From here, I'm gonna retract my shoulder blades back to my back pocket, pull my chest to the bar, extend all the way back down, repeat, reset, and go. All right, so that's gonna be one way to go about it. So if you need any modifications or you have any issues doing a pull-up, all right, and you have availability of a long resistance band like this, what you're gonna do, you're gonna anchor it at the top of the pull-up bar, just like so. Throw it over the top, right in the middle. All right, loop it around in one knot and pull it all the way down. Make sure it's sturdy and it doesn't fall over. Basically, all you're gonna do is just throw your knee inside this band. So get yourself elevated up onto something. Throw your knee inside the band. Here, both hands over the top. Drop your body down. Same thing, retract shoulder blades. Pull your chin over the bar, all the way back down and repeat. All right, so that's gonna be pull-ups. Secondly, it's gonna be a chin-up. Same exercise, except for you are going to supinate your hands around towards your face. All right, so on a pull-up or on a chin-up, palms facing you, arms fully extended, hands are gonna be a little bit more narrow. All you're gonna do is pull your body weight up above and all the way back down. All right, so palms facing you, retract shoulder blades, pull your chin up over the bar, extend all the way back down. Make sure you get full range of motion on each rep. If you need to do assisted, go ahead and grab that band, right around that knee, and pull yourself up that way. Next exercise is gonna be a deadlift. All right, so we have 2 different variations in which we could approach this. So I'm gonna do it with a sandbag and dumbbells. Some people have barbells, that's a little bit more technical. So we're gonna stick with these 2 modalities for today. All right, so I have 2 dumbbells in my hand. You can use this with water bottles or anything else that you have available to you. You're gonna start off in a top position, so your feet are gonna be shoulder width. All right, this is gonna be the deadlift. Feet shoulder width, chest next tall, shoulders are rolled back. From this position, I'm gonna hinge at the waist. All right, driving through the ground, throwing my hips back, loading up my hamstrings and my glutes, keep my back nice and flat, head is in line with the body. Go till I get to my stomach's in my lap, so about hands to the bottom of my shins, and I'm bringing it all the way back up, nice, slow, controlled. Squeeze glutes at the top. So feet shoulder width, chest tall, shoulders back and down. All right, my head stays in line with my body the whole time. Push my hips back as far as I can. Push, 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 push. Back stays neutral. Stomach's in my lap. Hands stay close to my body, and I pull it all the way back up. So on these deadlifts, you want to make sure that the weights don't fall away from you, or you're not just bending over like this. All right, keep that spine neutral. Hips are back. Loading up hamstrings and glutes, and then pulling all the way back up to the top. All right, so that's gonna be the deadlift with the dumbbells. Same mechanics whenever you use a sandbag or a backpack. All right, so just depending on where your grips are gonna be, that's gonna be where your hands are gonna be. All right, so if you have a backpack or a sandbag, same mechanics, start off in that top position, feet shoulder width, slide those hips back, drop the stomach to the hips. All right, drop that weight on the ground and then start it all the way over again. So you wanna make sure if you're using any kind of barbell, sandbag, or backpack, you drop it all the way to the ground every time. All right, keep the tension in your core, so brace it down a little bit. So we wanna have nice, solid, strong stomach here, and pull it all the way back up, maintain that neutral spine the whole time. All right, so that's gonna be the deadlift. All right, not necessarily any modifications for that. Deadlift is basically gonna be one of the more fundamental exercises that you're gonna go through. Following that is gonna be a bent over row. So we're gonna go ahead and demonstrate with the dumbbells first. You can use 2 water bottles, 2 bottles, anything that has a little bit of resistance to it. All right, so if you have 2 dumbbells, you're gonna be here. All right, feet shoulder width, chest nice and tall. You're gonna hinge your hips back, just similar to that deadlift. So what the style we're doing is called a pedal row. So pedal row, you're gonna have your chest parallel to the ground. All your weight's gonna be in your heels and your glutes. Palms face each other. You're gonna pull your elbows tight to your side. All right, brush your shoulder blades with your elbows all the way back down. Make sure you reach all the way to the ground every time. All right, so you don't want to shortcut it like this. Make sure we stretch, pull, stretch, pull. All right, so that's gonna be a bent over row. So from a side view, similar concept. All right, just gives you a different view. Feet shoulder width, hips back, hips back, hips back. All right, tilting over, palms face each other. Brush those elbows to your rib cage and all the way down, and repeat. All right, so that's gonna be bent over row. So I'm keeping it nice and tight, squeezing my shoulder blades as hard as I can. All right, so following that, we're gonna go into a reverse fly. Reverse fly is a really good exercise for the rear delts right here. You don't need very heavy weight. There's a few different ways to do this. You wanna start off in that same position we were in for that bent over row. So always start from the top. Build your tension here. Start from the top. Push your hips back, 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 back. Chest parallel to the ground. All right, back stays nice and flat. Palms facing each other. All right, the whole time you're gonna have a neutral grip. So I'm gonna have a slight bend in my elbows. I'm not all the way straight here like the bent over row. All right, slight bend in the elbows. And I'm gonna pull these weights back like I'm trying to give someone a hug. And I bring it all the way back down. All right, so you wanna kind of make a basket with your arms. So whenever I do these reverse flies, all right, so I'm here. I see how my arms are pretty much parallel to the ground. It's one straight line from knuckle to knuckle. All right, so I'll pull my elbows back, squeeze the top part of my back, and pull it all the way down. I'm not gonna be fully stretched out like this. All right, none of this right here. Slight bend in the elbows, pull it all the way back, flex the top part of your back and bring it all the way down. All right, so that's gonna be a reverse fly. Nextly, we're gonna go down this list. We're gonna go into a single arm row. Single arm row is gonna be fairly common on a lot of programming. It's a really good exercise called a unilateral exercise. So you're gonna go ahead and grab up 1 dumbbell, whether you have something to hold on to or yourself. I'm gonna demonstrate both. All right, so start off in the top position. Weight and leg on the same side. You're gonna push that leg back. All right, so leg is back. Plant that toe on the ground. All right, I'm gonna drop my chest to my knee. Opposite hand is gonna rest right on that knee. Give myself a nice good base of support. I'm gonna stretch this arm as low as I can without hitting the ground. All right, nice comfortable position. I'm gonna bring this elbow tight to my side, all the way back down and repeat. All right, kind of like you're starting up a lawnmower. Same concept here. Make sure whenever we pull, we're not shrugging up in our back. Keep that back nice and flat. Boom, shoulders down and pull. All right, if you have something to hold on to, go ahead and utilize like a couch or anything like that. Whether you want to stagger your feet or keep them close together, that's up to you. I like to stagger, be in an athletic position, keep the back nice and flat, drop that hand down, pull that elbow tight to my rib cage and all the way back down. All right, so that's gonna be bent over row. Do the recommended amount of reps on each side, take a little bit of rest, and then repeat that same thing. On these exercises, you go a little bit heavy, your back's gonna be very, very strong. So you wanna make sure you're testing yourself as far as using the weights. All right, so next one's gonna be called a high row. High row is going to be a supplementary exercise. It's going to be very good for your delts, upper traps, mid-back area. So we're going to go ahead and use 2 dumbbells for this exercise. All right, if you have a backpack, you just grab the top part. Make sure that you have your palms facing your hips. All right, you're going to have an overhand grip here. Feet shoulder width, chest nice tall, shoulders back. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these up the center line of my body till I get my thumbs to my chin. I'm going to make a V with my arms here, and I'm going to extend all the way back down. All right, so it's gonna be a high row. So chest up, shoulders down. Make sure whenever we pull up, we don't shrug up like this, because then that's gonna get into that upper neck and upper trap area that we don't necessarily wanna aggravate too much. So we're here, shoulders back and down, chest up, and we're staying nice and tall. Pulling these weights up to our chin, all right, making a V with my arms, and I'm all the way back down. All right, so without the weights, I'm here, boom, elbows high, making that V with my arms, and extend all the way back down. Make sure I feel my shoulders and my traps working on this exercise. Really good for that upper back area and those delts. All right, so that's gonna be the high row. Getting into this is probably one of the more difficult ones to kind of get up. Take a picture of yourself doing this exercise just so you know you got the mechanics correct. Following down, we're gonna go into what's known as a plank row. Very good for your core strength and stability. All right, you're gonna be in a push-up position with these dumbbells in hand. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and demonstrate it from side view, chest nice and tall. We're gonna get down into this push-up position. Make sure we get down safely. So we're gonna go ahead and have both dumbbells in hand, take a step back, go into that push-up position. Make sure that we spread our feet out right outside shoulder width. So from this position, I'm gonna go ahead and pull one weight at a time. Keep my hips parallel to the ground, and go, and go. All right, same thing like that bent over row. I'm gonna be parallel to the ground here, pulling my elbow nice and tight to my side. All right, really focusing on engaging my core. You wanna have your feet about shoulder width so that you're not tilting and sliding one way or another. You always wanna make your chest and hips parallel to the ground. So whenever you do this exercise, if you need a modification or you can't really put that weight on your hands, all right, go one side at a time. You can have one hand on the ground, feet shoulder width. All right, bracing that core down, flex the core. All right, keep your glutes tight, and you're gonna just pull one hand at a time. Reset every time, all the way to the ground. Have control of the weight. Don't just slam it down like that, all right? You shouldn't hear much coming from the weights. So one arm at a time if you need to go off on flat surface as opposed to holding both in your hands. All right, going next exercise, similar exercise. We're gonna go into a renegade row. Basically, all that is gonna be a plank row with a push-up at the start. So, renegade row, I'm gonna start off here. Dumbbells in hand, I'm gonna step it on back, feet shoulder width. I'm gonna go into a push-up, so I'm gonna bend my elbows both at the same time, all the way back up. One. All right, that's one rep. All right, so it's gonna be a combination of a push-up and that plank row. Making sure my core stays tight and I'm not tipping to one side as I pull. All right, same modifications if you need to. Go ahead and drop your hand on one side, pull, drop your hand on the other side, pull. Make sure your hands and your wrists are safe. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump down to our next exercise, get into a little bit of arm work. So the next one is gonna be called a bicep curl. All right, you can do the renegade and plank rows with body weight. Just if you don't have dumbbells available to you, just use your body weight. All right, so bicep curls. There's a few different ways to do this. Right now I'm gonna do a rotation. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my palms facing me, chest nice and tall. I'm gonna brace my core, squeeze my glutes. I'm gonna go ahead and do both hands at the same time. So I'm curling this weight up. Palms start at my pockets. I'm gonna rotate these weights about midway through. My palms will be facing me. All right, bring my palms to my shoulder, and I'm gonna go all the way back down. Same way it went up is the same way it goes down. One thing you don't wanna do is loosen up that core and loosen up those glutes, because then you're gonna start arching your back and roll the weight up. You wanna make sure you have control of the weight the whole time. So chest up, shoulders back and down. Rotate these weights to your shoulder, extend all the way back down. So that's gonna be your bicep curl. All right, lastly, last exercise we're gonna go over on this video for the pull series. So we're gonna go ahead and do a hammer curl. Hammer curl basically is gonna be the same concept, but your palms stay in the neutral position the whole time. So feet shoulder width, squeeze glutes, keep the core tight, shoulder blades back and down. All you're gonna do is bring the thumbs up to the shoulder and back down to the pocket. All right, so these are going to be hammer curls. All right, nice tempo the whole time. So 1, 2 up, 1, 2 down. Keep control of the weight the whole time. You can do one at a time on any of these bicep curls, or you can do both at the same time. It's up to you. All right, so that's gonna be that for the pull series. The next two videos we're gonna cover is gonna be the push and lower body series. So just kind of go through these exercises one by one. Make sure you're doing them correctly. Make sure you're doing it safely. And then let's keep rolling. Come on.